for joining us on BizTech on Ghana Web TV. I am Ernestina Sewa Asante. In recent times, many women and girls are seen doing amazingly well in the field of science, technology, engineering, and math. On today's edition of BizTech, we engage key stakeholders in Ghana's STEM development, as well as some junior high school students who are using STEM to effect change in the society. And this is what they had to say.
Science, technology, engineering, and math is a key component of innovation. And to mark the International Day of Women and Girls in Science this year, we speak to some notable persons who are championing Ghana's STEM efforts, as well as bring you some innovative products which are being created by students from across junior high schools that seeks to bring change in society. Welcome to BizTech on Ghana Web TV. My name is Maoli Aholmega. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. I have here with me Madam Justina Odumai. She's a senior research scientist with the CSIR, and we'll be picking her thoughts on the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. Madam, welcome to BizTech. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So today, what are we doing here today?
So today we are celebrating women and girls in science, and not just celebrating, we are also trying to inspire the young generation of girls who would want to also venture in science. And I think this day is important because there's a lot of stereotypes when it comes to science. I mean, everyone says, oh, science is heady, science is difficult. But no, I think it's high time we take those sciences for boys, especially when it comes to engineering and maths. Yeah, so the stereotype have been that, oh, when it goes to engineering, it's for the boys, science is for boys because it's difficult, girls cannot do science. So today is actually a day that UN has set up to celebrate every year, to celebrate the achievement of women in science and also encourage girls in science as well.
Yeah. So finally, how we, I just want to pick your thoughts. How are we going to improve the science, technology, and innovation in our educational system, from your point of view and CSIR?
Yeah, from my point of view, I think that we need to start from the basic level. Going back, because for me, if you start anything from SHS, it doesn't really make a difference, because students really decide on STEM at the JHS level. So we need to get more teachers who love STEM, more teachers who will be mentors. You know, even sometimes the teachers themselves confuse us, or the teachers themselves discourages us to go into science. So we should get more teachers, we should get the curriculum attached to STEM. Because for me, STEM is the foundation of everything. I mean, you can do STEM, anything related to STEM, and still divert in other fields, and you still apply the knowledge that, you know, STEM is very inquisitive. So in every area of your life, you want to experiment, you want to find out, if not A, then what is B, you know, that kind of, so critical thinking. So we need to indulge in during the basic education level.
No, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that has been Madam Justina Odumai. She's a senior research scientist with the CSIR, and she's been telling me, picking her thoughts on the Ghana's STEM sector. And she tells me that critical thinking is also essential to improve STEM education in Ghana. So I have here with me Mr. Abdul Rahman Diallo, and he's the UNESCO rep in Ghana, and we'll be picking his thoughts on today's celebration of the International Day in Women and Girls in Science. Hello, sir. Welcome to BizTech. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah. So I just want to pick your thoughts. What's your general overview of today's event?
Oh well, it's a celebration. It's a celebration of the power and the role of women in sciences. Sciences need women. Women need sciences. So this is all about it. Every 11 February in the world, the whole community, member state organizations, schools, parents, families, we remind that science is important and that the role of women and girls in science is equally or even more important. So this is all about this, and we are very, very, very excited to be here and this, with these kids that you can see all around, showing us the amazing things. You see them, you can not think that they are able really to think thoroughly and to propose such invention. And so it's promising. It's promising to see that we have such green potential here in the country. So this is all about it. You don't need a lot of speech. Science is everywhere. You see the trees, you see your microphone, you see your mask.
Yeah.
Science is everywhere. Science is in the kitchen. Science is in the mechanic. Science is in the car. So we need, the world needs sciences, and women are key agents, and we know. And what is important during this day also is to project and to share. There's a lot of women here in Ghana who are leaders in science, but they are not known enough. They are not. They are in their laboratory, or some of them are in foreign countries. So Ghanaian girls and women are to see them. And UNESCO, whenever we can organize such platform where you can have this dialogue and just showing, projecting, giving the opportunities for Ghanaian women and scientific to speak to their sisters, daughters, and mothers. So this is all about it. So we cannot just but encourage and invite girls and women to adhere, to continue to adhere to science.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So that's been Mr. Diallo, and he's a UNESCO rep, and he's been sharing his thoughts with me on the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. I have here with me a very beautiful lady here, and she'll tell me her name and what she does here, and her thoughts on the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. Madam, welcome to BizTech. How are you?
Thank you.
Please tell us your name and what you do.
My name is Olivia Sewo Pare,
Okay.
Mrs.
Okay.
I'm the director for Science Education Unit, Ghana Education Service.
Okay. All right. Madam, so today is International Day of Women in Science. What are your thoughts, and why are we doing this today?
Yes, like Mr. Diallo said, rightfully said, we are here today to project the good work of girls and women in science. And I think what you have come here to observe, the project, the experiment, and the work that have been displayed here is evident enough. Yeah, to see what girls can do. Whatever boys can do, girls can do it even better. Yes. And then again, also to celebrate women that have actually made it today. We cannot stop mentioning names such as Dr. Letitia Obing, the first female botanist, late Rama Adi, our first brilliant science and maths quiz mistress. Even though she's late, but still the work, is in progress. And Ghana is doing very well through the initiative. Yes. And then again, these younger ones will take inspiration from the good work of people who have really made it in science, especially women. So we are here to inspire these younger ones to take up science as a subject. Like Mr. Diallo said, science is life. Science is done in the kitchen. Science is done in the home. In fact, everywhere you find yourself is science. Life is all about science. And everybody is a scientist. But the greatest scientists on earth are mothers and, of course, the girls.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam.
You're welcome.
Yes, so that's been Madam Olivia, and she's a director here as part of efforts to celebrate the International Day of Women in Science. And they've been my few guests on BizTech, on this week's edition of BizTech. I'll also be speaking with some students who have displayed some very innovative items here as we celebrate the International Day of Women in Science. My name is Malia Holmega. Don't go anywhere. This is BizTech on Ghana Web TV. Yes, so I have here with me some students here from the Tenashi Junior High School, and they're sharing with me what they've created right here as part of celebration for the International Day of Women in Science. Hello Jessica, how are you?
Fine.
Yeah, so what exactly are we seeing here?
You are seeing a simple circuit diagram.
Okay.
So we have our battery, our 9V battery, our positive terminal and our negative terminal.
Okay.
Current flow through the positive terminal to the negative terminal to the load. Our load is our fan, and we have our key. Thank you.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I'll come here and what exactly? I see the model design here.
That is a model design.
Okay.
We have the outer layer, the middle layer, and the inner layer. Okay. The outer layer is made up of box or curtain. The middle layer is made up of caco or insulator. Okay. And then the inner layer is made up of aluminium foil. Okay. So the middle layer here, it prevents and gain loss of heat by conduction. And then the aluminium layer here, it prevents and gain loss. Loss by radiation.
Okay. So
and then
so this is the model design that you use.
Yes.
Now I want to move to exactly what the item is.
This is our device. Okay. We have a curtain or a box and a caco to insulate wrapped by aluminium foil to prevent heat escape or heat gain. And here we have our outer vent. Okay. So the outer vent drives the warm air through the fixed fan. Okay. So it cools here and comes out through the sun drying chamber. Okay. So this is our circuit, the simple circuit that she showed you. They are all here, and the fan is fixed here. So after you wash your hands, you just come and press gently on it and dry your hands. And you put this one too and dry your hands. Because of the COVID, many people will come and touch it, so you use the sanitizer to sanitize your hands so that the germs will also.
Okay, great. Wow, that's so beautiful. That's so nice. Yeah, so I've been speaking with some students from the Tenashi Junior High School here, and they've displayed their rather innovative products here as part of efforts to celebrate the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. I'll just move quickly right here. I see some students fixing some stuff here. I'm going to ask them what exactly they are working on, and then we'll just pick their thoughts on there. Hello, good afternoon. How are you? Great.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Frida Kujo.
Okay, and what school are you from?
Please, Michelle Kam.
Okay,
Services Basic School.
Michelle Kam Services Basic School. Yeah, so what exactly am I looking at right now?
Please, it's a setup to make potable water available to all diverse of people. Okay. People in rural areas, so they can all access potable water for their use.
Okay. So how were you guys able to come up with this? I see the little house and I see some wires and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is just for an example of like harvesting water at homes. Okay. So when rainwater, we harvest it. So it's not everyone that has money to set up a pipe on water. Okay. So with this method, it's less expensive and it helps people to get easy access to water for maybe washing cars and other stuff. So you can set aside our pipe-borne water. This is our pipe-borne water. Okay. So you set it aside for maybe cooking, preparing of medicines, and drinking. Okay. And this one can be used for washing of cars to bring down expenditure.
Great. Thank you so much. This is really nice. I really like what you guys are doing.
And this one is sedimentary
filtration. So that's a different project?
Yes,
okay, so explain to me what this project is. All right, great. Tell me your name.
Frina.
Frina, okay. So what am I looking at, Frina?
Sediment filtration.
Okay.
This one consists of charcoal, sand, and then
gravels. Okay.
All these components have been washed to reduce the dirt in them.
Wow.
So when we pour the water in, it goes through here, passes through here, and then filtrates here. Wow. And to enter a container, clean. But before you can drink it, you have to boil it.
Okay.
So that to retain
this one can be used in rural areas where they don't have access to pipe-borne water. They get their pond water, which most of the times is not safe for drinking. Okay. So with this method, they can filter it and boil it, and then they can drink.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Great. Yes, so I've been speaking with some students from the Michelle Kam Basic School, and they've been showing me some of their innovative program. One which is very interesting is they've built a filter where water goes through a little bit of process, and then the water comes out, and then when the water comes out, for persons in rural areas, they're able to boil this water and then drink. So which is very, very amazing on what they are doing. Yeah, so as you can see, they've been able to get some water out, and then we can see it displaying right now.
It's just from rainwater.
Okay.
This is natural rainwater, and to be able to make access to drinking, you boil it, you can use it for your drinking, anything that you want to, washing of cars, and can be used for various things.
Okay.
So
right.
Reduces expenditure.
Wow, great. Thank you so much. I have here with me some students from BizTech 1 JHS, and they'll be taking me through their product that they've created. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to BizTech. Tell me your name and your school.
I'm doing good. My name is Harriet Bar, and we come from BizTech KKMA 1 JHS.
Great. Yeah, so what do we have here? I see some water conservation.
Yes, please. We are harvesting and conserving rainwater. And then we have our experiment to set up to show you how rainwater can be harvested and conserved for human consumption. Okay. We have our bowl. There's our house. And we've harvested our rainwater. So with the rainwater, it is dirty due to the carbon monoxide and other things. And when it comes to us, through our roofing shades and dirt, it becomes dirty. So we want to filter it for it to be good for human consumption. Plants and animals can also use it. So there's our tube. It is passing through the tube to our filtration bowl. So
is that sand or something?
Yeah,
that's it. Okay.
So this is our sand, our filtration stones, and our foam. And then the sand will settle on the foam for our reservoir to have clean and good water.
So this is the final product.
Yes,
so it starts from here, moves to here, then comes to here.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the whole idea behind creating something like this?
You see, harvesting water. Water is a non-renewable resource. And then with that, it can get finished. So we have to conserve it. During the dry season, most rivers and streams dry up. So we have to conserve our water, preserve it so it will be good. And then we have enough for the dry season to stay. Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I like what you guys are doing here. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's been some students from the BizTech JHS, and they've been sharing with me their thoughts on, they created something in regards to water conservation, which is very, very interesting. It goes through a house, as they call it, and then it comes in through a filter system, and then the final product comes through a water reservoir. They have been my guest on this week's edition of BizTech. My name is Mauli Aholemega. Thanks for watching. Over to you, Ernestina, in studio.
Thank you, Mauli Aholumega, for that report. Up next is Biz Headlines. To our first story, which is on the cedi depreciation, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has assured of efforts being made to curtail the ongoing cedi depreciation of the country's local currency against the US dollar. Since the beginning of this year, the Ghana cedi has depreciated by 4.7%. Since the beginning of this year, the Ghana cedi has depreciated by 4.70% in 45 days to the US dollar, while selling on the retail market at about 7 cedis 09 pesos at some forex bureau. Reacting to the development, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo admitted to the cedi's performance as being of major concern to him and the government, as well as the business community and citizens. He said, "I am aware of the anxiety there is in these business circles and throughout the population about the recent depreciation of the cedi. I'm extremely upset and anxious about it too. But I want to assure you that all efforts are being made to arrest the decline and restore the cedi to stabilization in order to improve the competitiveness of Ghanaian industry. And I think very soon you will see some results." Chief Executive Officer of GIPC, Yofi Grant, has said Ghana could generate up to $20 billion from the exportation of cocoa if local manufacturers adopt value addition mechanisms. He lamented that even though Ghana is the second largest producer of cocoa, it only derives about $2.3 billion from cocoa exports annually. He describes this as worrying, adding that this will boost Ghana's exports marginally.
Okay, as you know, GIPC is an investment promotion agency under the presidency. So what we try to do, what my job is to bring in foreign direct investment, to partner with local entrepreneurs to create viable businesses that can also grow the economy. And so for me, this is one of the very important areas that I suspect we can optimize and grow significantly. I mean, Ghana is a major producer, the second largest producer of cocoa beans in the world, of which we export. And every year we only make about some 2-3 billion out of it. But if we could add value to this cocoa, structurally build an ecosystem where we can add value to the cocoa and produce chocolate, then we stand a bigger chance of probably making some 20 billion a year out of chocolate alone, which is much more significant than the 2 billion we make just selling the beans.
Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is optimistic that Ghana can provide a sustainable transportation system with the piloting of electric and gas-driven vehicles. According to him, efforts to transition is necessary to enable users to switch from fossil fuels to clean energy as part of efforts aimed at creating a net zero future. He said this at the National Energy Transition Forum in Accra on February 2022.
In many of the advanced nations, as was mentioned earlier by the Minister for Transport, the goals have been set, the targets are being set. No diesel vehicle production by 2030, for example, in some countries. And so the transition is happening. What are we going to do in Ghana? If we are maintaining these if these high petroleum prices are going to be maintained, how is it going to affect our economy? Does it make sense to continue in the usage and importation of fossil fuel-driven vehicles? And this is why I'm very happy that the Ministry of Transport is already thinking ahead on these issues and going to pilot gas-driven as well as EV vehicles in Ghana very soon.
Importers now have a 30% discount on general goods and a 10% discount on imported vehicles into the country. The benchmark value on imports have been reduced from 50% to 30% on general goods and 30% to 10% on vehicles. The reduction comes after a consensus between Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and the Ghana Union of Traders Association, AGI, Institute of Freight Forwarders, and the Ghana Revenue Authority. The GRA in January announced the reversal of the benchmark values on imports. Users of commercial transport will have to brace themselves to pay more when commuting to their various destinations. This is as a result of a 15% upward adjustment in transport fares agreed upon by road transport operators and the relevant ministry. The implementation of the new price will take effect Saturday, February 26, 2022. It will be recalled that the transport operators had initially proposed a 30% fare increment, but following a meeting on February 21 with various stakeholders, they settled on 15%. So what this means is if you pay 2 cedis now, from Saturday you are going to pay 2 cedis 30 pesos. If you used to pay 2 cedis 20 pesos, you are now going to pay 3 cedis 70 pesos. And for long distance people, if you are paying, say, 30 cedis, you are now going to pay 35 cedis. Those who are paying 40 will now pay 47 cedis. To our final story, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has said the defunct Commander Sugar Factory located in the Central Region will resume operations by April this year. According to him, the civil works on the factory are expected to be completed by the end of March this year to enable operational activities to begin. On the sugar factory, some civil works are being done there, and hopefully by the end of March, it will be completed. The Indians are in and doing some work, so by April, production would have begun on the sugar factory. He made this known when a delegation of chiefs and elders from the Commander traditional area paid a courtesy call on him at the Jubilee House on Wednesday, February 23. Our time is up, and thank you for joining us on the most watched business show in the country. This is BizTech, and it airs every Fridays. Before we go, do log on to www.ghanaweb.com for more stories. Do well to follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Ghana Web. On YouTube, Ghana Web TV. I am Ernestina Sewa Asante. Do have a splendid weekend.